AFRICON 2025 Steering Committee Chair. And the second is the section Vitality and Development. We are looking for the vitality of African countries in IEEE. So I can talk about this also. From the professional point of view, I'm the president of El Saweedi University of Technology, which is very related to industry. So these are the different aspects that are related to industry and connecting the African countries together.
Mohammed?
Okay, so I think I introduced myself in the beginning, but again, I have a couple of hats in IEEE. One of them is IEEE Region 8 Action for Industry Committee, and also I'm with the Africa Council as the Industry Engagement Committee Chair, and in Egypt I have also some role in the IEEE Censors Council Egypt. On the professional level, I work in the industry in Vodafone Egypt, but I'm not representing Vodafone Egypt here. I'm working in the radio strategy and design team in the technology department of Vodafone Egypt.
Thank you, Niti.
Thank you, Dr. Aida. Good morning, colleagues. My name is Niti Lizwalo. I am the founder and a director at Mogaledi Foundation. I'm also a South African Artificial Intelligence ambassador representing Limpopo Province. Our organization we are basically doing programs for learners. We're doing robotics and coding, and also ICT integration. And we promote all the activities around technology, and including doing for awarenesses about fourth industrial revolution. And I believe we are all here in the common goal of transforming Africa technologically. Hence, I just recently attended a G20 conference where we were talking about, as Africans, we must not allow anything that is about us without us.
Thank you, Niti. Well, let me introduce myself as well. As Mohammed mentioned, I am a member of the Action for Industry Region 8 Committee, and I am a Egypt Section Industry Ambassador. I'm also the chair of the IEEE Censor Council Egypt chapter. For my professional background, I was the former chairwoman for electronics industry, actually the first and only woman to chair an electronics factory, and former minister advisor for electronic industry and energy. And now I am a member in the digital economy in the Union of Commercial Chambers, and member of advisory committee for green economy in Egypt. So let's start this panel discussion. I have actually at the start a unified question, but I'm sure the answer will be different since each panelist have a different perspective. So we have a representative from industry, IEEE, NGOs, university. So my question is, what do you see as the single biggest, let's say, breakdown between the talent development and the industry? Single, okay? So start, John.
Thank you, Aida. I think it's an interesting question, because when you speak to the different groups, so you've got the actors who are involved in developing the talent. In this case, I'll point to my colleague representing academia, who are working hard at developing the talent, and they are doing a good job in terms of producing students that have got the skills that I would say they believe are required in the industry. When the students graduate and complete, they get into the job market and they're looking for the opportunities. Then let's switch to the other side. From the industry side, industry is growing, as you've even just seen from the presentation previously. And then when they look out into the market, they say that we are missing some of the skills. So I think this sort of mismatch is where the break happens. So you've got one group that is looking for the opportunities, the other group has opportunities, but they are not finding the correct match. So I think this is where the break has been happening. And I think the opportunity here exists for these two groups to come together to then align, so that, because when the students go through the talent development pipeline, in this case I'm looking at the academic systems, it takes a while. And from the industry side, things are changing fairly rapidly. I mean, we're talking about fourth industrial revolution and other technologies. That space is changing rapidly. So the skills that are in demand are also changing rapidly. So I think there is need for closer collaboration to try and make sure that this aligns, so that when the talent joins the workplace, they are ready and to become productive from day one. Thank you.
If we are talking about the same question, it's the application. I will mention two aspects here. Students are educated in the university for 4 or 5 years in most of the universities without real applications. They got the theoretical part, they made some projects, and these projects are to be thrown away. We began with a new model that students are sent to the industry in internship from the first year of education in the university. So they have, yeah. The polytechnic model of universities requires students to go after the first year to have internship with the industry, and then in the second year they are applying this in an entire year project. Then they go to the industry for after the third year and make the graduation project in collaboration between the industry and the academia in the fourth year. So we try to increase the application point of view to remove this gap. On the other side, we are encouraging our professors to have research, but not research for publication only or promotion only, but also to have applied research that serve the industry and create intellectual property that can be commercialized. So again, the application is the key to bridge the gap, to have a language between the student, professor, and the industry in a collaborative manner. And this building trust takes time, but it's the key to success for everyone.
Yeah, I have nothing more to add to to what has been already said by Dr. Ahmed and John, but I fully agree that every entity has a role. So the university prepares the students, but they have something that needs to be complemented with organizations like IEEE, NGOs, and I believe Neti will talk more about that. And the industry really appreciates what's happening now in universities like Al Suwaidi, because it bridges the gap early in the career. So they do such a project-based learning, and they are sent to the industry every year within their education. So it's our role to work together to bridge such a gap as early as possible in the career.
Thank you so much for the question. My answer will be based in our South Africa education. In South Africa, our education is centralized around STEM education, which is STEM, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths. So doing our research and piloting project, our case study shows that that type of education, it doesn't really give us proper results, because you find a PH level student who is in engineering field who can't build a car from scratch due to the educational system. So we call up to the policy makers and those who are responsible for to at least add art in the in that system, to have art. When we're having art in the system, we're going to have to create an environment where kids become creative, innovative, and critical thinkers, whereby they can design whatever they want to do in the industry that will benefit Africa, because we can't always rely on product that we can't rely on being the end users always. We need to also produce things that we know that these are produced within our Africa.
Thank you, Neti. So my question to you, since you are a newcomer to IEEE conferences, this is your first attendance for an IEEE conference, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I believe you will have a fresh look to what we are doing. So how do you see that you can benefit after attending the first day? How do you see, and maybe the discussions that we made yesterday and morning today, how do you see that you can benefit from IEEE in your training for, as I understood, you already are training the children through gamification and teaching the teachers, like train the trainers, for them to cope up with the technology trends that is happening now. So how do you see IEEE can help you in this?
Okay, I personally believe in action more than words. So I believe if we can take action of creating what we need from our communities, innovation labs or hubs, whereby we can have student learning every day, every night, and also create a space where they can change their mindset, because now we are having kids who have already lost hope of what are we going to do because of what is happening within the world. So we need to have hubs where kids can go and learn new things that will help them to also participate in the 21st century skills that we really need as Africans. So I'm looking for collaborations specifically to help us build Africa with all the resources that we saw, the Vodacom represented, and others that, yesterday I saw someone presenting something like an online space. So we also need e-learning centers where kids can also learn being at home. We saw during COVID that disadvantaged a lot of kids. So if something like that comes again, we will know that, okay, we have a learning system that can occupy everyone wherever they are. So we are looking for those kind of collaboration to implement.
Maybe also your kids can participate in the competitions that already IEEE is holding, right?
Yes. Some of the kids that we trained have been participating in different competitions like World Cup in coding and robotics, in the field of AI for good last year. So next year they will be going to other competition in Switzerland. So we're looking for more opportunities to put them to say, okay, if I take this career, I can end up being in this kind of competition and explore the world as much as being with different people who can also change their mindset about the thinking around the world.
Very good, excellent. John, from your position as a CSR director in all Africa, I believe, right? So you are already interacted with for example, what IBM are looking for from the huge talent hub that already in the African countries. So what exactly can you say to us in order to promote this and maybe increase the demand and the pool of students and university graduates to be competent for the requirement of the industry?
Wow, long question. Okay, so yes, you're right. So I lead the social investment program, and you know, first of all, from industry, and maybe I speak for a lot of private sector. I mean, we're in business, right? Our objective is to make money. However, I think as a responsible business, it's not just to take. I think we also invest a lot in the communities where we operate, and in this case, from an IBM perspective, what we have sort of put as our focus in terms of our give back to society is really around three things. So, and the first one, I think, most importantly, is on skills development. Being a technology company, we are involved in advancing technology and putting out technology that makes the world work better. Actually, that's our statement: to be a catalyst that makes the world work better. And with that, with all this disruption that we are seeing happening, then we also see it is our responsibility to also help in building the skills. I mean, right now the big talk is around artificial intelligence and how do we then build skills that would enable people to work in this society that is being heavily disrupted by...
We have, I think, a platform, skills build.
That's correct.
I enjoyed this so much, actually, in some of the courses, yes.
That's correct. So we through our social program, make available these technologies, like skills build, that we build skills and across, different segments of society. So from the learners, and different stages from high school level, because like you mentioned, even at the young age, we need to start getting them aware of these technologies. And then also at the college level, so working with academia, with universities, we do a lot of work in terms of making this available. So we, at no charge, give it these technologies to universities, to faculty members, to students, so that they can begin innovating and developing themselves. When they then join the work environment, they are productive and ready to use these technologies from day one. So that you can say is from a give back position, and also making sure that the right skills are there to make this workplace operate even better. If I may add, just for one, and I think the value of the organization like IEEE, and not just because I'm a member of IEEE and I'm a volunteer, but I think the point that you had asked earlier is that, IEEE, as much as when you talk about some of these topics, when I talk from an IBM hat, you can say I'm biased because I want to position IBM. But I think when you bring an organization like IEEE that you can say can have a neutral sort of position, then I can bring my point of view as IBM. Other private sector actors can bring their point of view. And then, some of these new topics, new discussion areas, you can have a common point of view that is neutral, that is then can be have input from private sector, from civil society, from government, from academia, and then you have a common point of view. And I think this is the value or the benefit that an organization like IEEE brings.
Yes, but how we encourage industry to participate more in the universities or in the STEM programs for the preschool or something like this? Because this is actually, at least in Egypt, it's a problem. Okay, we are trying to solve it, like Ahmed mentioned about University of Sweden, but it's not yet, let's say, a process that we go through. It's a challenging step. So.
Well, I mean, it will never be perfect. I mean, because, like I said, everybody has got their own objectives. I think there's a start. If I speak from an IBM point of view, we actively reach out to universities. So just last week, I was meeting with universities in Cairo to discuss how can we engage even more. So there is a need for active outreach from the corporates or from companies to collaborate with academia. I think also, as much as we try, I think also academia also needs to have a receptive approach to working with corporates, because yes, as corporates we might have some our own compliance requirements for us to engage with universities. Universities also, I would say, need to review their engagement mechanisms, because sometimes, universities, especially the older ones, are very rigid, or let's say very established ways in which you can engage with the university, and it takes a bit of time. So I think from both sides there is need to review our engagement arrangements, to be more flexible, to be more agile, because I think right now the demand within the society is that we need to be faster. We need to do this kind of collaborations faster. We need to be more open to review, to be more flexible in our terms of engagement, because it's changing very rapidly. Thank you.
Exactly. Okay, for you, Professor Ahmed, you are the bridge between what NGOs or school students are doing and the requirements of the industry. So how do you see the role of the university in order to bridge between what the industry needs and what school students are doing for their activity in order to be prepared for the university and then for the market?
First of all, let us greet the NGOs and schools in general for their educational role and allowing students to have the skills to join the university. Usually when we start with the students, we find there are some skills, knowledge and attitude gaps even to join the university. And here we have two schools of responding to this. Some universities prevent these students from joining the university, others are placing them into classes and giving them the knowledge, skills and attitudes in order to pursue their studies. So let us say that universities should help NGOs and K-12 schools in order to bridge the gap. This is one of the mandates, and I think IEEE has a very excellent education, very excellent pre-universities education modules for this. And I know someone there, Stematis, who leads this effort, and whenever anyone needs me to connect him with the Stematis, I can do this. On the other side, universities should change their way, and I think in general we need an African continent to have a lot of student exchange programs between universities. So I will be very happy that some students in Egypt is joining summer schools in South Africa, in Congo, Democratic Republic, in Kenya, everywhere. And this was one of the game changers in Europe, the student exchange between one university to another, getting a course in another university so students becomes more independent, living in another city for 3 months, getting some different attitudes, being open to other cultures, and so on. This will change the student quality and make them more resilient and agile when they join the industry. I think IEEE can help in this, but let us say that we have only 18 countries who have IEEE presence in Africa, while Africa has 54 countries. So if anyone here is in a country that doesn't have an IEEE presence, please contact me and I can show you the roadmap how to create a subsection and do this. So again, we usually blame each other. We we love to blame each other. I'm a university, so I'm blaming the industry, I'm blaming the education and the schools and everyone, but it's not the way to thrive. We will thrive if we collaborate, and I know that you have a fault, you have a mistake, but I will help with my resources to correct this mistake, either to mitigate the risk right now or to build the infrastructure that prevent this mistake from popping up again. So I believe that John mentioned and Muhammad mentioned the industry. They are trying to do this with the university. The university should do this with primary, secondary education and NGOs. And also I would like to mention that NGOs are a very safe space for social innovation and entrepreneurship. Sometimes our projects, our student projects in the university is not mature enough to go to the industry and to be used in the industry because they have very strict criteria and very high requirements. But sometimes even a small Excel sheet, a small Excel template that is done by one student in the first year in the university, it can help a small and medium enterprise, or it can help an NGO to do their work in a better way. So I think the connection with NGOs is also a venue that the students feel the pride of their projects, of their creation, of their innovation. Thank you.
Okay, I believe saying all that, this, I have mainly 2 points actually. Having a virtual platforms nowadays already encourages what you are saying about exchanging the knowledge and exchanging the information. And maybe someday soon we will find the products that written on it made in Africa. It's not made in Egypt, it's not made in Kenya, it's not made in South Africa, but it's made in Africa because like it's done in Europe, it's in the European Union. So maybe we will find this, I hope, it's my dream actually, to have a product that's made in Africa. So, Dr. Muhammad, do you have any last words to say in the end of the panel?
Actually, I would like to thank you, and thank all the panelists for this engaging discussion. And maybe if you have any, if the audience have any questions, they can share with us.
Yes.
And with
Do you have any questions? Something that you want to comment or something? Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. My name is Farero Ralipada, and I just have a question in terms of, I run a small, let me not say small, but a skills development company. And obviously, we try to focus on, or our focus is on less, let me say, disadvantaged and people with disabilities. But so we offer courses like AI and data science, cybersecurity, and them. So my 2 questions are: how can an SSME focused skills development company sustainably support these students from disadvantaged communities who struggle to pay for the courses without compromising the quality of the training? The second question is, what strategies can be implemented to secure reliable placement in terms of the people that they've completed the training and then they've done certification, how can we maybe partner with companies to try and place these people in the work environment? Thank you.
Thank you. I did not catch your name. At least from an IBM perspective, I could share, because skills development is one of our focus areas. So we have a learning environment called Skills Build, which makes available learning resources addressing exactly the topic that you've mentioned, and many others. So this is available at no charge to you. Then what you would leverage on is adding on any other wraparound services to the audience that you are addressing. But yeah, I mean, this kind of support is readily available, coming packaged together with not just the learning, but you've also got the other elements of credentials and or digital certificates that comes bundled in the platform. So it's ready to go, with some elements of customization just to suit you that we could explore. So happy to explore that particular point. In terms of the placement opportunities, I mean, we work in an ecosystem with other players, so we'd be happy to introduce you to those. And if they have opportunities that are available within that ecosystem, then that would also be presented to you. So at least from my point of view, I'm ready to engage. Thank you.
Okay, I would like just to add 2 points. First, Samarth is with us, and he is leading the humanitarian technologies in Region 8. So I think anything that will help in reduce inequalities, and you mentioned people with disabilities and disadvantaged people. So I believe we can get fund from the humanitarian technologies, and this can be done several times. They are very generous, giving funds to such projects. This is the first point. The second point is regarding work placement. I believe NGOs can help in this, and also I believe that entrepreneurship can be a solution for disadvantaged individuals and people with disabilities. They can own their work, and the IEEE has a very strong entrepreneurship arm. So just Google IEEE entrepreneurship, and this can help as well for those persons who got the needed education and certification, and they have innovative ideas to work with.
Okay, if you have any other questions, please reach out to us after the panel. During the day, we are all here to support and to answer all questions about either IEEE in general or IEEE Action for Industry Committee, or any way that we can help. We will sure support any question. And I would like to thank all our distinguished panelists for this interesting panel. And thank you, Mohammed, for this workshop. And looking forward to see you all in the near future. Thank you very much.